All right, the Trevor Bauer saga is finally over. It's finally over. Yesterday, I gotta say, I thought that the signing was going to be done, sealed. Not the case. By the way, getting closer and closer on finding a possible release date for these four corner sports merch. But I gotta say, what Trevor Bauer ended up doing, he in heightened free agency, and I feel like more players are gonna follow this trend. Cause boy, he got paid, and he got paid handsomely. It came down to two teams. Rachel Luba announced it down to two on Twitter. Many people were like, two teams? What is she talking about? Yeah, it was down to two teams. It was between the Mets and the Dodgers. The reigning Cy Young Award winner is trying to find a new home. He's trying to find a new team. He wants to maximize, his marketing, fans, wants to be able to win. And wants to be able to win. That's what it came down to, I felt like. Ends up picking the team that just recently won the World Series. Yes, I said it. The LA Dodgers. He is going to Tinseltown. He is going to La La Land. He is going to play for the premier team of Los Angeles, the Dodgers. And wow, he got paid so much. 3 years, $102 million. The first with the first two. I'm like stuttering right now. I can't believe how much he got paid. 40 years, year one, 45, year two. He's going to be making $85 million in his first 2 years. He can opt out after year two. I can't imagine being able to absorb that much money all at once, considering what he was making before that. And look, people are going to say, yes, thank God the Mets didn't get him. I was having similar feelings at one point, but then I'm looking at it, I'm like, all right. The Dodgers made this move for many of reasons, all right? We were talking about the Padres, making phenomenal moves, getting Yu Darvish, trading for Blake Snell, all right? Yes, Mike Clevenger is not going to be there. He's going to be done for the season because of Tommy John surgery. You still have Dilson Lamet, Chris Paddock, all right? You have a sway of arms in that rotation, and I felt like the Dodgers felt they needed to do something. The reigning Cy Young Award winner was still in free agency, waiting for somebody to pick him up. You have Clayton Kershaw there, Julio Urias. You have Walker Buehler, all right, Dustin May. You also have, and no, we all forgot about this guy because he opted out because of COVID, because of COVID protocols. He didn't want to play last year. You still have David Price, who was part of the Mookie Betts trade, who was a throw-in for salary cap reasons. And you have now Trevor Bauer joining that rotation with 3 Cy Young Award winners. Yes, three Cy Young Award winners. You know what? It makes the Dodgers the premier favorite going into spring training as the favorites to win it all. All right, they're gonna have the highest payroll. They're way above the luxury tax. All right, they're gonna go. They're the favorites to win the World Series. All right, anything less than the World Series is a complete failure. All right, and now you're having the reigning Cy Young Award winner, Clayton Kershaw, who has won 3 Cy Young Awards. You have David Price, who has won a Cy Young Award. And it's just like you have arms and you have depth in that rotation, in that bullpen, all right? And then come playoff time, good luck trying to, be able to beat them 4 out of 7, 3 out of 5. It's going to be extremely difficult. Yes, the Dodgers did this because they saw that the Padres were getting closer and closer. But they also made this move because, hey, we have the money and we are still the kings of the West. And it's unfortunate for the Mets that they did not get Trevor Bauer. But look at the limelight in the tunnel. You still have money to pay for Lindor. You still have money to pay for Conforto. Both guys are going to need an extension come the ending of the 2021 season. You're also going to have money for if you need to get Jake Odorizzi. You know, if you have to do a trade for a mega superstar later in the season. So there is a lot of stuff that you can do with that money, all right? Yes, the Mets made a higher initial offer, but it just came down to Trevor Bauer wanting to go back home and then him feeling a little bit more comfortable playing for the Dodgers, who are always going to be the favorite with that star-studded lineup. And then obviously now you're having 3 Cy Young Award winners in that rotation. So it was very easy for Trevor Bauer to go there. At one point, the Mets were looking as a favorite. All right, but once again, and you know what? Screw Bob Nightingale. Yes, I said it. Screw Bob Nightingale. I mean, this guy, how many times can you get this stuff wrong and you still have a job? Yes, you still have a job. I don't know. I think it's with ESPN. How do you still have a job and you get a lot of these things wrong? You are like a curse, man. I mean, there were so many people that were like going at him for, you know, predicting that he was going to have a deal with the Mets. He tweeted out, the Mets and Trevor Bauer have a deal set. All right. And then what happens about 18 hours later? He goes to the Dodgers. All right. Me as a Met fan, I'm looking at it. All right, fine. Bauer doesn't come to the Mets. Fine. That's okay. Goes to the Dodgers. The Dodgers are going to be more in the luxury tax. They're going to, you know, absorb so much money for him. All right. But, you know, they're rolling in money. They're printing money in LA right now. And it's unfortunate that the Mets, they were going to try to go after JT Realmuto. It didn't happen. They were trying to go after George Springer. He went to the Blue Jays. They were trying to go after Trevor Bauer. He goes to the Dodgers. All right. I would say the Mets had like a B plus all season. Getting Lindor, getting Trevor May. All right. Getting Carlos Carrasco. I mean, they made a trade recently for Jordan Yamamoto, who I'm actually very high on. I know he had a very high ERA with Miami, but I think in a new scenery and then with more depth, I feel like it's going to be a good change for him. But I felt like the Mets needed to get Bauer to get over the hump in getting the number 1 seed over the Braves. Now it's going to be very tight niche. Then battling with Washington, and then battling with Philly. I think this still leaves for Atlanta to be the top of the NL East, which I still feel like it's the toughest division in baseball. I feel like there's no debate on it whatsoever. But Trevor Bauer going to the Dodgers, it pretty much implemented that the Dodgers are most likely going to be going back to the World Series and then trying to repeat as champions once again. But wow, this is such a major move in baseball to have Trevor Bauer going into a rotation that has 3 Cy Young Award winners, all right? Yes, he had a phenomenal season last year. I know I was poo-pooing his 2020 season, considering that he only faced the White Sox and the Cubs that were the only playoff teams to come out of, the only playoff teams that he actually faced. Never got to face the Indians, never got to face the Minnesota Twins, never got to face the Cardinals. You know, he faced the Pirates multiple times. He faced the Cubs multiple times. He faced the Milwaukee Brewers a couple of times. Kansas City, Detroit. All right. So he had a phenomenal year, taking advantage of the starts that he had in front of him. But let's see what Trevor Bauer does when he faces stiffer competition. Let's see what he does in a full season. Does he have a 2.50 ERA or is it going to be above in the threes? Who knows? But I'm very enticed and wanting to see how Trevor Bauer does now that the target is on him. The target is on him. He's going to have the most pressure that he has ever had in his entire career now that he's going to be playing for a premier team that is the Dodgers, who are their only quest is to repeat as champs. But I'll leave you with this. Give me your comments below on what do you think Trevor Bauer is going to have. Does he repeat as Cy Young Award winner? Does he have, a dud of a season? Who knows what happens with him? But please leave your comments below, and thank you for tuning in to Take Your Base, all right? I'm your host, Lavo Rihanna, and then this is me breaking down the Trevor Bauer signing, him going to the Dodgers. All right, guys. See ya. Peace.